All right. Okay, well, it looks like I'm live. I'm pretty sure that I am live. So, well, welcome to anybody who is here watching. I just decided I was going to design some 3D printable straw toppers, and I figured I would go live and show how I do it. I do go live occasionally, so I thought this would be fun. Hey, April, what's up? How are you doing? I wonder if there's a way I can make the comments bigger because I'm definitely not wearing my glasses. So my glasses would definitely help. Let's see. Hey, Ashley, what's up? I'm just looking real quick if I can make this chat thing a little bit bigger, but I don't think I can, but okay. All right. Well, so when making straw toppers, obviously you don't want them to be too big because then, typically the amount of straw that's like left out of the cup, like a tumbler cup, isn't a whole lot. So you don't want it to be so big that then you can't even like wrap your mouth around it. So like I had that problem a little bit when I was first designing these. I would print them out and be like, oh, these are way too big. Yeah, thanks for being here, April. I'm glad that you're able to be here as well. So what I've done is I've kind of made like a little box template of what the general size I think it should be. So like let's bring up the ruler and we can see how big this is. So, okay, so for me, typically my max width is 1 3/4 of an inch, and then the maximum height is about 1 1/4. You really don't want to push that too much for the height because, like I said previously, it might be too big, and then you're not going to have any part of the straw left to actually drink your beverage. I guess if you were going to make like a straw cover where it's going to cover the straw, so like no dust or anything is going to get in it, then obviously you can go bigger. But, we'll see. Okay, so I have some shapes here that I already know that I want to convert into straw toppers, right? So like I have this little teapot, which looks very similar to Mrs. Potts. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it in this box, and we can see it's close to the right size. But I'm just going to drag it, and we can make it slightly wider. Like typically I don't mind things if they're a little bit wide, just as long as they're not, like that crazy where the top of it is going past the box. But so that's pretty good. So, and right now the first process for me is I just take the shapes that I've drawn or whatever in Illustrator, and then we'll export them into the correct file format. That way we can edit them in Fusion 360, which will then give us the proper file format to put to a 3D printer. So it kind of seems like it's a lot of steps, but it's not really a ton of steps. And Fusion 360 is like the harder way to kind of make this stuff. You could probably do this really easy in Tinkercad, but I personally don't like Tinkercad. I'm just not a fan of it. It's kind of like, it's definitely the beginner program to CAD modeling for sure. I just don't like it. I prefer Fusion 360, even though it's a much steeper learning curve, and I get frustrated when I use it sometimes. Like I'm even still learning how to do it a lot. But so I want to do this like Hamilton one. But as we can see, because this was typically, I use it as a SVG for like the Cricut or vinyl, we have these like little buttons of his coat that you would typically weed out. But because this is going to be a straw topper, I'm just going to delete these because those holes, by the time we shrink this down, those holes are going to be so small that the printer's filament is going to like cover it up anyways. So we might as well just prep it so that it doesn't have to do that. But so let's bring this down. Oh, nice, Ashley. Yeah, I love Hamilton. Also, I'm pretty sure there's like a delay from the chat from when you type it to when I see it. So if I promise I'm not ignoring you. It just might take me a minute to get that. Yeah, I love Hamilton, and the cool thing is when the production came here in LA, I got to see it, and my friend was actually playing percussion in the pit orchestra, so it was kind of cool. So I got to see an awesome musical, and I got to see an old friend of mine perform. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so like the Hamilton one ended up being only like an inch wide. So and this one, when it prints, we might have some issues with the legs. I'm not sure, but we won't know until we try. So let's see, what other shapes do I have in here? I remember I put a bunch in here. Let's do this castle first, I guess. Like, how cute is this little Disney castle SVG with the Mickey cut out as like the entry door? I love it. Oh, your daughter's obsessed with it? Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like anyone who watches it becomes pretty obsessed with it. Like, I loved it. I just like music in general. Like, I love going to see musicals live and like watching all the musicals. Me and my sister actually have season tickets to a theater here. So we get to see like 5 to 6 musicals a year, obviously pre-COVID. But so it's always fun. Now this one too, we might have some issues if I zoom in. We might have some issues with these like thin columns. Like, I'm pretty sure this one is going to be a tough one. So what we could do is we can come up to our rectangle shape tool, and we could, fatten it up a little bit if we think it's going to be that big of an issue. I'm just trying to zoom in here a little bit. So we can kind of do that. And then what we have to do, let me zoom back out. So then we just select those 2 shapes, and then we come over here to our Pathfinder tool, and we just click merge. And then that has taken those extra little shapes and merged it all together. So now that it's one solid shape. So now that will be a little bit easy on the printer, and we shouldn't have a failed print. Now I could do the same. I probably should do the same thing for this top one. So here we go. The only thing that kind of sucks is I hate having to always like zoom in to get everything, because these measurements I'm working with are so small. But what can you do? Okay. There we go. And then so now too, we'll just select those 2 pieces again, and we'll merge them together. Okay. So I think that looks pretty good to me. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? So, okay. So we have, let's see, 1, 2. We have 3 of them done so far. And then now, obviously, like one of my favorite Disney movies is Tangled. And so obviously I had to get that Corona, like sun. I'm pretty sure it's a sun. The Corona sun up in there, because it's just awesome. Oh, all right. Wow, my phone is blowing up. Of course, as soon as I hit that live button, it's like everybody had to talk to me at the same time. Okay, so again, we're just shrinking this down to fit our little dimensions. And I kind of want to angle this to see if well, I think that's fine. I'm just trying to think about the placement of the straw going straight up here. I just didn't want it to be where like the point of the straw is coming out right at that tip. because that would be kind of not cool. So this is where I'm kind of like, it's okay that it's a little bit taller because I don't want it to be too much smaller because then the printer is going to have a tough time to print this out. But let's see. What else do we got? We have this Mickey Mouse with a bite taken out of it. And then I added this extra circle because I wanted it to look like a donut. And I think it does. But so the way that I did these little like bites out, which I just realized this little bite is kind of like crazy pointy. So let's just round it out a bit. And then, I guess I'm going to have to round out all of them. Oh, no, too much. Okay, let me just zoom in and see if I can fix this a little bit. Whoa. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I don't know why that's not. Typically, that works better. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. That should be fine. Oops. Okay. So we'll group this together. Thank you. Yeah, the Mickey donut is a lot of fun. And we'll get him fit in here. Oh, that's actually pretty good. So the way that I did the cutout on his side, I just took my circle tool, right? And I made a couple like copies of it. You know, kind of just moved it around a bit. And then I merged them all together. And then watch, I'll show you with this other circle. And then we can put this like right there. And then we select the two and we click minus, oops, wrong way. Wrong way. I want to send the big shape to the back. So now I can click those and click mine. Oh, it still did the same thing. What did I do? What am I doing wrong? Okay, bring this to the front. Select, bring to front. Okay, and then if I minus the front, there we go. So then when you hit minus front, now, like say if this was a cookie, it looks like someone took a bite out of it. And so that's how I typically do designs where I have like a bite taken out of something. So, and then as you can see too, depending on how you place the circles, you'll get like a more pointed end or you'll get a more like rounded end. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn my phone off because that sound was annoying me. But okay, so we'll delete the cookie with a bite taken out of it because we don't need that. But okay, so we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 5. Okay, so this is what I would consider like, this is what I would consider the easier part of the process is, you know, getting these files prepped to bring them into Fusion 360. And like Fusion 360 really isn't that hard. I mean, there is the learning curve, and I think I kind of made it sound scarier than it is. But it's like once you start to learn the couple basic tools, then you realize that you really just keep using those same simple tools just in different combinations to get the more complex designs done. But okay, so now over here we have Maleficent's like hat thingy that she has. And so what I want to do is, let me make sure this is all on the one layer. Yeah, okay. So let me group that back up. And so what I'm going to do is, because these are the individual sections like this, I want to have like kind of an outline for it. That way I can make these inside sections go down a little bit. and the rest of it can be like the normal size. So I'm going to go to Object. Well, first I'm going to click on this. Then I'm going to go to Object, and I'm going to go to Path. And then I am going to go to Offset Path. And that looks insane because that's so much. So I'm going to change from inches to points because we can get smaller increments. And then we're going to go to Path, Offset Path again. And we want to make sure our little preview box is checked. So obviously 16 is way, or 10 is way too much. So let's just bring this down. And let's see, we got 2. I think maybe let's try 2.5. I think we'll do 2.5. So then we can click OK. And so now what we can do is if we come over here to where it's grouped, we should have like the inner. And let me just undo that. Oop, I didn't mean to undo that. We have the inner one. We have to ungroup it as a whole. And then if I can select just this outline. I can get it? Can I get it? Okay, I'm going to have to just select each individual piece, I think. Which is okay. So we're just going to select all these inner pieces. And we're going to group them. And then we're going to hide that. And because as you can see, these are all individual shapes. So I'm going to merge those all together. And then I'm going to come down here and fix this part with the pen tool. And just, I don't know, just kind of like this. So we got that fixed. And then let's come up here. We got some kind of wonkies going on. Right, like we don't want these crazy paths. So we'll just look like we got one up here that we don't need. Oops, whoa, whoa, whoa. Just close off that path, and then we can continue looking for the rest of them. I know there's a couple, like this one. Hang on, what did I do? I'm just gonna move this one. There we go. What else? That one's fine, but like over here, we got a crazy one. Only seen paths there. Nice. Dude, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me. I forget, do you use Illustrator much? Or not really? Or do you use Inkscape? I don't remember what your process is. Okay, let's see. Let's fix this one. I didn't quite realize there's so many of these that kind of went all crazy. If so, I would have just chosen a different number. Let's see. I mean, however, Maleficent is pretty cray-cray. So are we surprised that her outline would have like a crazy path? Just saying. Oh, nice. Oh, snap! You went legit and you're actually paying for Illustrator? Are you feeling okay? Dude, your little diorama dice look really awesome. Like, they look pretty cool. I don't even know how you do it. Ashley, I don't know if you're into dice or whatnot, but Isaac makes some pretty legit custom D&D dice. Let's see. Here we go. Hopefully this is like the last one because I'm kind of getting over this. Ashley, dude, you need to convince him. He needs it. He definitely needs one. Or just any kind of laser too. Maybe start with like a cheaper laser, let him get super excited by it, and then be like, yo, we can make our lives even easier by getting the upgraded, more expensive laser. But if you eventually do get a Glowforge, Ashley, you can use my discount code and you can get up to $500 off of it. So keep that in mind if you do end up buying one. Because who does not like $500 off? Okay, I think we're good for this outer path. Okay, well, what do we think? Do we like it with the inner pieces, or should I just keep it the solid shape? Like that. Oh, I got a missing path. How did I do that? Just gonna select both of them, right click, and hit join. Or no, I'm not, apparently. That typically works. Nope, okay. I'm gonna use the pen tool. There we go. Let's see. Okay. So this should be good now. I think I'll leave it with these inside because when we get to Fusion 360, if I end up not wanting it, I don't have to use it. I guess I would just rather have that option in there already. Okay, let's size this one. Okay, there we go. We got this. All right, now let's do our little imposter from Among Us. I don't know if you guys play Among Us, but I had to like stop myself from playing because I was super addicted to it. Like it was all I was doing for a while. However, it was kind of like the perfect pandemic game. Lets out all your aggressions and whatnot. Oh, that was like perfect size without even trying. Bam. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got some Star Wars. We got the Rebels. This one, I don't know if I would want it as a straw topper personally because I feel like these corners are going to be super pointy. I feel like every time I go to take a sip out of my tumbler, I'm going to like poke my eye out. I don't know. Maybe most people. Well, I guess that would kind of be the same thing for like all of those because they all have like a point at the top of it. Whoops. All right, and then we got the Imperial logo. Okay, pretty close, pretty close. Let me see. I think that's fine. Which we could even do something kind of fun too. Is let's make a copy of these Star Wars ones. Let me zoom in a bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to join them together so that it's like half is the Rebel logo and half is the Imperial logo. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get a rectangle using my rectangle tool. And I'm going to just find the center here. And I'm going to draw the rectangle over this entire half. And then I'm going to select both of them. And I'm going to come over here to the Pathfinder tool. And I'm going to hit that minus front option again. And then as you can see now, we have like a perfect half of this logo. So now we just need to do the same thing to this side. And so again, I'm just going to get the rectangle tool. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to start from the center, which it's not telling me where it is. Here we go. centers right here. Right? And then, so now we can select both of these and we can do that same thing, the minus front option. And now we have our two things and we can join these together. And then we can center, oops, I went too far. So they're on the same plane now, but then we can just, bloop. Okay, so it looks like we weren't quite even. So we can fix that pretty easily. I'm still not in close enough. Okay, let's see. Nope, still not quite. All right, let's get in really close. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's good on the top, and now we need to go check the bottom because I'm sure it's not okay at the bottom. I mean, at the top. Okay. Let's see. Oops, too far, too far. Okay, let's see. Let's come back down. Okay, you like it better with the details? That's good. I definitely will. He used to be a CNC operator. Oh yeah, I mean, it definitely is a big price to pay, for sure. But I think it's worth it, personally. I used to have a CNC machine as well. I had the X-Carve, and then I kind of just outgrew it, and it also broke. And so I was like, forget this. And then so I got rid of that. I sold it for parts, and then I bought a like super cheap laser from China for like $150, and I had a lot of fun learning on that for a couple of years. And then my friend had bought the Glowforge when it was like on the Kickstarter. And then so I was able to use his like right from the get-go and just learn it, and I really liked it. And then after using his for like 4 years, I decided, oh, I think it's time that I buy my own. So, oops, what did I do? I messed that up. Here we go. Let's come back down here now because I probably super messed up the bottom now that I fixed the top. Okay. I'm like over fighting this. I'm just gonna cheat just slightly. And I'm just gonna. Oh, can you hear the dog barking? There we go. So, you know what? That's fine by me. So now we got our kind of like good versus evil thing going. And then we just merge those shapes together. And that will definitely be ready for Shot Hopper. Once you save up some cash, a laser is my next tool to purchase. Yeah, I could see that, Isaac, for sure. That'll be exciting, though. I'm down for you to get a laser. Isaac, I think you should make more of those little book like alleyway diagram things that you have that you made for Sagan, because those are pretty awesome. Okay, so we got that one. Now let's see what else. We have got this heart. I think I want to also do like a popsicle, I think. So let's make a popsicle, shall we? We are going to use the shapes tool. Let's start with like the little stick part of it. We'll do this. That might be a little thick for. That might be a little bit thick for the. the popsicle part, except if it's going to shrink, I think we'll just leave it at that for now. Okay, and then let's get another one of these. Like what? Halfway down? Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think it kind of reminds me of SpongeBob SquarePants. And I think I want it to be like a rounded top. I think is what I want. But I gotta get the correct sizing. And it also would be helpful if I change the colors so that I can actually see what I'm trying to do. Okay, let's see. Let's zoom out a little bit. And then let's change this back to black. And that looks like it's a little bit long to me. I think that looks pretty good. So we will combine these two shapes. We will merge them. And then with this stick, like, I guess like right there. And we shall combine those as well. Oops, let me just double check that I centered these. There we go. So let's combine these as well now. And then this can be our little outline so we can see this is our basic ice cream popsicle shape. But I also want to do like the two little middle parts. So get our rounded rectangle again. Oops. So just make you know. And that's actually kind of like the perfect size. About like that. So let's make sure these are on the same thing, and then we can group those, and then we can center it to the pop. Oops, I did not group them. I thought I did. Command G. Okay, so now we can align it into the middle. Oops. Yeah, we'll just align it. I think that is a pretty decent placement, if I do say so myself. And we will just make this black as well, and we'll make it an outline. And then we shall group these together. And then also what I want to do, because this popsicle stick is so tall, I'm going to tilt it to its side. Kind of like this, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then that way, I can get it in here. Because then I'll have a better chance of it actually like working as a straw topper as opposed to like what we were talking about earlier, to where you know, it might be too tall and then you can't even drink out of the straw. Okay. So let's see. I want to draw an extra line right here because I want to have the option to potentially make this a little bit to make the top of it sit a little bit higher than the popsicle stick. So we shall see. That's where I'm at right now. And then I'll just group this and zoom out. And now that we've made that, I want to turn this Mickey shape into it as well. That's what I want to do. I think I want to make it like, you know, like how at Disneyland you can get the Mickey shaped ice creams. I think, yeah. How should I do this? Okay. We shall come to this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this inner circle. And I'm going to take a new circle. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom in, get my new circle, and then let's change it a different color so I can actually see what's happening. And then I'm just going to match it to the current size. And that looks pretty good. So let's center it. Oops, let's not center it. Let's see if I can move this by hand. Okay, close enough. And then I'm just going to turn this into a solid shape and turn this into a solid shape. And then we shall just merge these together. And now we have our Mickey Mouse shape. Right? And then let's get the little stick portion of it. Wait, what do I want to do? Oops. I don't want this to be a stroke. I want this to be a fill. Okay. So now we are going to do the same thing with the bites that we want taken out of it. But actually, before I get ahead of myself, let's make the little stick part. And send this to the back. That might be a little thick. Why is that not doing anything? What just happened? I don't know why I was doing that. Was I too far out? Oops. I must have been too zoomed out. I don't know. I might have hit some random button. All right. Well, anyways, let's just delete that. And we'll make a new one. Okay, let's meet these in the middle. And I'll just make it the same color so I can kind of see what's happening. I guess maybe I should make it a little thicker, actually. All right. Like, I guess like there. I'm thinking. Okay, so now let's do the bites. And I want this to be green. Right, so let's do something like that, I guess. And we shall merge these. Now, let's do this. Let's take it out of the ear. Like so. Oops. All right, I didn't really like that. Let's try this again. Yeah, that's close enough. All right, let's come in, and I just kind of want to clean this up a little bit. I think that's fine. Okay, and then I'll leave these separated, I think, for now. But I'm going to group them. And then let's get this size. This is also going to be one I'm going to turn at an angle. So let's turn this at an angle here, and then we can size it down to size. Maybe slightly bigger. I think that will be fine. I think that will do well. All right, and then we'll just make it this color. I think that's good for all the ones that I want to do at the moment. I think. Pretty sure. So let's just spread these out a little bit. Just because I don't know. I don't want them all like super clustered together. Okay. So we can delete this box now. We don't need that. And I'm going to save this. So I want to bring this into Fusion 360 now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this. So I'm not going to do, oops, what happened? Whoa. There we go. My bad. I hit the scroll wheel on my mouse and it went all haywire. So I'm going to go to File and I'm going to go to Export As. And I'm going to name this Straws. And then I want to make sure that I'm going to... Oh, why is it not letting me export it as a DXF? Let me see. Oh. Export as. I do not see that. Okay, so maybe it's saved for what? I don't see how. It's definitely not saved for web. Let's see. I doubt it's save a copy. Yeah, it's not save a copy. I guess it's been a long time since I've saved the Illustrator file to be sent to, what's it called? To be sent to Fusion. Export as enhanced meta file. Right? I'm not crazy. It's not on here. You could do it SVG, but then it's not going to import at the correct size. And let's see. Okay, yours is export as? That's what I thought. All right, okay, I've saved it. Maybe if I close this document, or I'll just quit Illustrator. And then I'll reopen it and see if that resets it. Yeah, I thought I was going crazy, Isaac, because I was like, I know for sure that's how I've done it in the past. Okay, let's try this again. Export as. Okay, let's try this. I shall copy these, and then I'll make a new document, and I'll just do letter. Click create. Let's paste these into here. Okay, let's try this again. File export as. Okay, that's super weird that I can't find it. What if I could just, let me see if I do. Ooh, I cannot type. Maybe if I just try to save it as a DXF, it will do it? No, PNG. File export. File export as. That is interesting. I'm going to have to look this up. Yeah, I'm going to have to Google it. that's what I'm gonna have to do. Let's see. Google is my friend. How to save as on Illustrator 2021. Let's see. Let's see if Google can help us. Okay, so this is telling me to go to File, Save As, and then it says choose DXF, except I do not see DXF on here. What the heck is going on? Let's do, what month is this? June 2021. DXF format missing from Illustrator. Okay, it looks like 11 other people have had this problem. So let's see. Won't give me, yes. Okay, let's see. Maybe the preferences. Let's see. Oh no, everyone's saying that I need to reinstall Illustrator to get it back, but I don't want to do that. What? Why is this happening? Okay, let's try this one more time just for good measure. Export as. What if I do use artboards? Does that change it? No, so DXF is definitely not there. And I've already restarted Illustrator, and that didn't help. You blame it that it's the Mac? Wow. I mean, you're probably right, but you will pry my MacBook away from my dead cold hands before I give it up. Scroll all the way down, and there's a non-reinstall thing. Like from this, oh, I see. On that Google thread is what you're saying? Okay. If I scroll all the way down, close all Adobe, oh, okay. That sounds still like a lot of work. Oh, it might be an issue that this is the Mac with the M1 chip, because someone else was saying that they tried all that and they're on the M1 chip Apple. Okay, apparently there's another subthread I can check. Let's see. Having the same issue. I'm running both. Not sure why the specific. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, well, apparently. It looks like maybe Adobe got rid of that option, which is insane if they did, because I would think people use a DXF over like a TIFF or something. So that seems kind of weird. But that would be very odd that they would actually like completely remove it. So I wonder if these people are correct or not. But then someone just said, as of June 24th, 2021, this is still not fixed. So interesting. So I might just have to do it as an SVG, which that kind of sucks too. So I'll save it as an SVG for now. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Dang it. Let me delete this. Okay. Let's save a copy and we'll do the SVG. not compressed. We want SVG. And okay, here we go. All right. And then let's get one for good measure. This one is, oh, let me switch this back 2 inches. So I know, where did I put my pen? Oh, we'll come back and reference this for the size, but okay. And let's stop sharing this. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the people in the forum were just being very dramatic about it being actually removed. Because that's pretty cray. It just wouldn't make sense for them to do that. But, all right, let's come down to my straw topper folder so that these can all be in the same one. Okay, and then if I make a new document here, and I can insert, come over to insert, and insert SVG. And I want it on this bottom plane. And then, okay. We can move that here. Click OK. One warning. Oh, I missed the warning. I don't know what it said. I'm going to finish the sketch, and then I'm going to save this. Straws. Let's see. Let's see how tall this is. It's 24 millimeters. So let's go back to Illustrator. And we'll change this to millimeters. And we shall see. So 31. Okay. So we're going to have to scale it up a bit. And that's fine. It's just very annoying. But I don't know like what the warning was. Let me see if I can get it back. Because I want to see what that had said. No, it still doesn't tell me. It does not tell me whatsoever. Okay. Let's do some of these, shall we? Okay. I guess we'll start with this ice cream cone. So I'm going to hit E for export. And I'm going to hit 12 millimeters because that's how tall I want it. Which I know that looks kind of crazy thick, but it's not that bad. We'll hit enter. And then we need to bring our sketch back into view. Oops, wrong one. And then I'm going to export the inner pieces too. And this we shall do, let's see. I'll do these, I guess. We'll do 10.8. Okay. The only thing is too though is I wanted this part. But then, because I didn't connect these lines. So this line is useless. Okay, that's fine. We don't need it anyways. Okay, well, we have the first rough shape going. And then, so if I bring this down here, so we can make a new sketch on this thing. And we'll get our circle tool. And we will make this 8.5 millimeters. then hit enter. Nope, and that did it on the wrong plane. Whoops. It's not what I wanted at all. Okay. We are going to do this again. But except I think I'm just going to do where I make a cylinder. $8.5. I can't see. Okay, let's try this one more time. I think after I do this one though, I am gonna end the stream just so that I can figure out what's going on with Illustrator and why I no longer have the DXF option. Oh, that is way too low. But we'll hit OK. But I want to move this. I don't know. Okay. I messed that up. I shouldn't have done that. I should just do it the normal way that I know how and not be fancy. But let's do one more. 12. Okay, now we can export that. Peru. There we go. And then we can click OK. And then we can hide our sketch. And then look, we have our heart straw topper. And with the bottom, if you don't want it to be as sharp, then you can come to your little fillet tool and just get these like 2 little sharp corners and round it over. And that looks good. And then we'll click OK. And then I can click on this and click Tools and then click Make. And then I can save it out as a STL file. And then there you go. But all right, guys, well, thank you so much for watching and hanging out for a bit. I know it didn't go super as planned. I do need to figure out what's going on with Illustrator, but hopefully if you didn't know how to make straw toppers, this has helped. But I'll catch you later. See ya.